If I told you the things I've seen on my ways, if I told you the things I've done in my days, you wouldn't believe me anyway. So it's best I just don't say. I've lived 1,000 lives, I've piloted 1,000 souls, I killed and fought and died just for a single role.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Are here today, and we are playing the first kind of public game of Decuma,
Yeah.
Oh my.
which was created by nobody we know.
Please take credit for that now because people
Okay.
don't know that.
Okay.
And they're
Yes.
So this is a game that I made with lots of help from my husband and Jason. They helped me with all the graphic stuff and things like that. I've also been playtesting it like crazy. So a lot
Look
of
at the camera
I'm
while you
nervous.
say that.
Hello. Hi.
Be proud.
Yeah.
I am. I'm just really nervous. I'm fine. Everything's good. So this is a world creation game. It's kind of been dubbed the game before the game, or the R&D for your RPG. And basically, what it does is it creates connections between characters. It creates the location you're playing at, and it creates kind of the group or political dynamics of the party and everything in between. You get NPCs out of it. And it's exciting and fun, and we have a really nice actual printed deck now. We're not playing with like the tarot cards that I like had little stickers on with the questions written on them. Those, yes, I have those. Those are close to my heart, but they look nice now. So anyway, this is what we're going to be playing today, and I have players, and we're going to start to my right.
Hi, I'm Tappy. Some of you may know me as Tappy.
Hi, I'm Abria.
Hi, I'm Pooja.
I'm Jason.
All right. So as you can see there, if you're watching, there are 3 piles of cards in the middle of the table. So Decuma, if you know Roman mythology, is based on one of the 3 fates in Roman mythology. She's the one who's in charge of allotting a mortal's thread of life. So there's the one who creates the thread. She's the one who basically doles it out. And then there's the one who cuts the thread. She's the one who gives you what you get, which seems like an appropriate name, and also has the word deck in it, which made me happy because it's a deck of cards.
Yeah.
So puns and mythology all in one. So we will draw the cards, and it's kind of like For the Queen or A Quiet Year, where you answer the questions that are on the cards. It does matter which way the cards are facing, though. So as you guys are playing, when you flip over a card, you will answer the question that's facing you, because all the questions are tied in with the meaning of each tarot card, and when you do tarot readings, the way that the card faces when you flip it over, it's called a reversal, and that does impact the meaning. So all of that is in there. All right, this is exciting. We also will make a map as we go, so that should be exciting too. The game we're going to do today, we decided that we were going to do like a sci-fi game. So it'll be kind of like post-apocalyptic space. So Earth is destroyed, or we can't go back to it for some unknown reason. If we were actually running this game, we'd come up with that reason. But we are on a ship. This is many generations later. We've lost a lot of the technological advances that Earth had. And so we are on this kind of like messed up diesel ship, and we can't even fix solar panels anymore. So that is that is what we are. We will all be human in this, so we don't have any alien species with us on our ship. And we will be using this. Decuma works with any system, so we're going to just go with Powered by the Apocalypse World for this, because it's something we're all kind of familiar with. But Decuma can be played literally with D&D, with Savage Worlds, with GURPS, Hero, whatever you want to play. This basically just does the world building part of it. The mechanics of what your system you're playing in don't really impact it at all.
So it's kind of like Traveler character creation for your game.
Kind of, yeah. It's
That's
like
awesome.
Well, my pitch is it's like the PBTA character connections. If you mix it with a Quiet Year or a story game, and they had a goth baby, and the baby liked tarot, and that's Decuma.
Yep. I like the goth part.
Yeah.
You had him at Goth.
Yes.
And lost him at Baby.
Right. So what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to do is go around and we're going to introduce kind of our basic character concept. If you were actually using Decuma in a campaign, you could actually have everyone go and do a character creation session. So people could come showing up with like a full playbook or character sheet with all their math already done, or they can come with just a vague idea. So since we're not actually going to be playing this campaign, we can come with just a vague idea like, hey, this is the playbook I would be using, or these are kind of like my skills, and then you could flesh it out later if you wanted to. So let's start on this side with Jason this time.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm saying what playbook I'm using?
Yeah, and
Okay.
just give us the rundown of your character so everyone at the table kind of knows the basics.
Yeah, so I just named him now. I'm going to be playing Chaz, who owns the one working bar on the ship,
Nice.
bar and club. And I'm currently working out what all the establishment has.
Sure.
But yeah, Chaz is like not the bartender, but the owner of this place. There's like a bartender and a bouncer, and there's like all this. One of the things I've already picked is there's like secrecy and passwords, and like you can get into this part of the bar, but then you have to know the password to get into the other part. But it's all like, you know, the shitty insides of a dilapidated spaceship. So like, these were probably places where people lived
Yeah.
before. This is fine.
It's all Pooja.
I am playing Chanmani, and I'd be using the Brainer playbook, which is like a, psychic mindfuck, like mind control, sees your inner deepest secrets, makes you see things that may or may not be there.
Nice.
That's actually like totally fucked up with the bar because people are like drunk and having a good time. And like, oh, hello, let me learn your secrets now.
Sweet. I'm going to be playing the Hocus playbook. Shout out to Sam for, like, you cannot follow that.
No.
But my character's name is Reverend Shoshana Carpathia, and
Nice.
she's running, like, a rapture-focused, like, Left Behind Christian cult on the ship.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I am playing Gus, and Gus, or Gus to his friends,
Yeah.
is a savvy head, and so he keeps the ship working, and then he's also forced to actually run the ship, and really doesn't want to.
Nice. All right. Very good. So, what we're going to do first, we need to deal out the cards. There are 3 piles of cards. One has blue. One is blue. One is red. One is purple. The blue is going to be questions that help us create our location. For us, that will be our spaceship. So we're going to be working on that together. The red cards will help us create our character connections between each other. And then the purple are actually our group cards, and those are the major arcana cards. So those create our group's relationship with other spaceships, with each other, things like that. What are our goals? So if each of you will draw 2 blue cards and 2 red cards and not look at them. Just put them down in front of you. And Jason has already shuffled these and everything, so. You can also deal them, but I'm far away, and it's easier to do it this way. All right, and if each of you will draw 1 purple card.
It is established, though, that if you acquire this game, you have to have me come to your house and shuffle it for you.
It
That
is.
True.
I mean,
That's just a rider.
I thought that was a
on-
weird part of the rules, but, like, now that I've played with it that way, like, it's quite
it
nice.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's shade on me because I can't shuffle cards.
I was not kidding. I was just making a dumb joke.
All right, and I'm the GM of this game. You can also run this game like as the GM, who's like the GM can also be a player too. Like I could make a character and run the game too, but I'm not going to do that for this one. So I actually, as the GM of this game, I have all 5 purple cards. So I will just be working with group dynamics. So as we go through the blue and the red cards, those are sorted by suit with the tarot cards. So the red cards are, I love how immediately everyone puts them in like their own special formations. It makes me very happy. That's like my intention. The red cards are the cups and swords. No, cups and wands. And the location cards are the swords and pentacles or coins. So each one of those are there. So if you are doing a system where you are doing PBTA and there's already a bunch of character connections in them, you can leave out the red cards and you can just create the location and do the group dynamics. Or if you have you're playing something in D&D and you already have Waterdeep, you don't need anything else, you can just do the character connections and the group connections, and you can leave out the blue cards, so you don't need to make a location. But we're doing all of it today. Yeah. So, there's the agreements card right here. If you would fill that out for me,
Yep.
Jason. So that has 3 things on it. It has our location, so we're going to be on our spaceship, which we probably at some point will name.
Thank you for asking the boy rating to do the rating.
Yeah, well, I'm an equal opportunity. The setting, so it's the future, post-apocalyptic. And then the most important question, tone. What tone are we going for? So
Serious.
This is the curse of the game, though. Whatever tone we declare is the one we don't do.
Yeah.
That's just my friends. That's I've played this game with people in like a coffee shop, and they were able to stick to tone. I blame Abria.
Yeah. Until you stop giving me blue balls with this game because I keep wanting to play all the things we build.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I think Apocalypse World always becomes Apocalypse World toned,
Yeah,
which is crazy bullshit.
yeah, cool. Disturbing,
Disturbing, crazy ass bullshit.
disturbing, crazy bullshit. Why don't we say?
Oh no.
Oh no. I don't want to say it like lighthearted, but I like. Do we want it to be like a funny game? Do we want it to be like, I don't know,
Dark humor.
like dark humor?
Yeah, I like dark humor.
Yep.
Dark humor is a good way of describing it. Okay,
Does that mean hilarious but fucked up?
Yes.
probably.
kind of.
That's appropriate.
Also, when you laugh, you feel vaguely guilty.
Yeah, you're like,
That's my favorite.
yeah.
Oh, if you're watching the video too, I'm not just writing on like a paper card. They're waxy, and so it's the like wet erase pen.
Yeah.
And it's actually super cool that you can reuse it.
Yeah, so you can do that. And we're just putting the agreements on the table so we can like refer back to them, so everybody kind of, if anyone needs a reminder, you can like tap that card. Because sometimes this does get a little bit like almost Mad Libsy, where people just start getting it, like into it and shouting things out. And you kind of, oh, well, that's great, but it doesn't quite fit the tone. Or, oh, remember we're on the spaceship, or whatever you need.
I feel attacked.
It's not
But
just
not
appropriate.
because it's not just
Just because it's shouting out random things?
Yeah.
We also have an X card on the table. In this game, the X card is used for a lot of different things. If you get a card that you draw and you're like, I don't like this, is a boring question, or it doesn't really seem to match, you can just tap the X card, put it down, and then draw the next card. Make sure you're drawing the same color type of card, though. Or if someone's like starting to add something to the narrative you're not comfortable with, literally anything, like, oh, you're adding someone named Steve and my dad's name is Steve and I don't want an NPC with my dad's name, that's creepy. Or like if it's something more serious than that, like you don't have to explain it, we won't ask you to explain it. If you tap the X card, we will just pull away from that part of the narrative with no questions asked and start a new idea.
Can I also say, like, I think it's always a really good sign after doing this for a couple rounds when people start tapping the X card because it's missing, like, the tone, because, like, that means the group is agreed on, like, a tone and a flow. Mm-hmm. So now you're going, like, well, okay, I think we all have an idea of what's going on here, and it's, like, a nice, like, mechanical cue that you're getting to where you need to get to start your game.
Right, absolutely. Awesome. Then the first thing we're gonna do is we're all gonna add something to our map. So me as the GM, I'm gonna actually use the outline. I came prepared. I have cool spaceships.
Yay!
Woohoo!
So I'm gonna trace it. So we're gonna do this Firefly. We're gonna do that one.
Love it.
It's pretty cool. So anyway, my addition.
I think our ship is purple. There, I said it.
Okay, we can do it. For those of you, we have a large pack of markers. With
It's probably
lots
really
of
fucked up
different
because of micrometeoroids.
Yeah.
colors. Oh yeah.
Uh,
So I'm gonna
But I
copy
dig it.
this, make it bigger.
And those are purple, as everyone knows. So that's just science.
Science.
Oh man, I wanted to see in this game.
I made this way too complicated. Now I'm trying to draw it upside down. I wanted that spaceship, but I also want it bigger so you have more space. All right.
We'll just understand scale, and I won't draw my club as being like 80% of the ship.
It's too late.
do it,
I already
do it,
started.
Do it.
I think your club should be 80% of the
Yeah.
I look forward to never going to your club.
Okay.
All right, that is our beautiful outline of our spaceship. We can put it.
I now regret my character choice.
Well, you can have a cult leader. That
We can actually probably put the
party
cards at the end.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
She's a true believer.
So I'm going to pass this around, and each one of us is going to add just one thing, and it can be something your character would be really into. It could be something that you just think is necessary, like a water filtration plant or something like that. It can be literally anything you want. And you do not have to make anything super perfect. You can literally just draw a little square and label what it is. But please label what everything is. If you add something to the map, label the map.
Nice.
Is that the hole in the ship?
Yes, that is the hole in the ship.
Tappy just drew a big red circle.
Oval.
That's not.
Oval, sorry.
What goes first in Diesel, the E or the I?
Aye.
Bye.
I always get that wrong.
E,
Except after D. When
Which is
sounding
just
like
a
Easel,
lie.
like Weasel.
A, that's a lie.
Diesel.
B, I have trouble with diphthongs all the time.
Also, weasel doesn't have an I.
Yeah, it does.
That doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It's an EA
EA.
situation.
Yeah.
Diesel fuel?
No.
No, weasel.
Oh, weasel.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I misunderstood.
And I was making a dumb joke.
Okay.
Attacked.
We have a diesel engine in the center.
Nice, very good.
Right?
All right, next person. This can be out of order.
Oh, okay.
You go.
Sweet. Don't tell me what to do. I'll put the chapel in when I damn well please. I'm gonna put the chapel in now. It's gonna.
She's just out of spite. She's like, nope, no chapel now.
Yeah. Right.
Nope, now it's just a pit of despair.
I mean,
I don't know what kind of cult this is.
I don't either.
I said it was a
I
Christian
mean, she
one.
said
up
like
top.
it's like a Christian
Yeah, but-
rapture cult. So
Yeah.
But who knows what those are like in the future? Like those could get.
Yeah, those. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, after the world is gone, and like it used to. Actually, that's a super interesting like kind of thought. Like, what are, like, how do those things change?
Yeah, what if they think they're left behind because whenever all the other people disappeared?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
why. Good job,
then-
y'all.
No. But then, like, what do they believe now? Like, that they're bad? That they can be good
that's
enough?
like that they are being tested by God, and like only through suffering can they be like pulled from this. It's also some Handmaid's Tale stuff if you've seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aww.
It's always a really interesting. The Expanse does a really interesting stuff with the Mormons. Like they're building generation ships.
Oh shit.
So that's a
Cool.
really interesting thing. The design and stuff, both the TV show and the books. But it's fascinating to see just kind of how that religion has adapted in the author's mind, at least, to this space exploration
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I can never draw that right.
So Bria added her
Neither
chapel.
can I.
Yeah, it's
I don't care.
over the bridge.
Yeah, chapel, and then Pooja, what do you got?
I got the mid bay.
Ah, midway, very nice. I like playing this too. Yeah, obviously, we could just all use the same, but I like having multicolor markers. Start drawing. I'm filling time while you're drawing.
Sure.
But I with all these drawing games, with this one and A Quiet Year and Companion's Tale, I like having like multiple colors when you're making these maps together. It makes it much easier, much more interesting to look at. All right, very good. So we have our spaceship, and we each kind of just describe what you added for a second.
Well, let's go in reverse then.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
added my club. It's a square spiral, and there are actually like sections of it that you can hang out in before you get to the middle. You don't have to go to the middle to have a good time.
Okay.
But you know,
How many licks does it take to get there?
right? Well, that's the question, isn't it? 3.
One,
So that's what I added.
Awesome.
that owl was an asshole.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Probably had teeth problems by the end of it.
Yeah.
I added the med bay.
Okay.
Because
Awesome.
let's not all die.
Yeah. Good plan.
Not right away, anyway.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, the chapel exists in like a space on top of the bridge that has like some view capabilities, so they look out into space and contemplates their fall from grace.
Nice. Interesting.
I put it in a diesel engine because the ship has to run.
Yes, it does.
How dare you guys use like utilitarian things? Like, I put a shopping mall in.
I do this so you don't have to.
Are we into
No one has
putting
to.
in a shopping mall?
Right.
Like,
Next round.
All right, so now we're going to start flipping over cards. As a GM, my hand is all Major Arcana. So I'm going to flip over a card. I'll ask a question. I'll read the question out. We won't answer it right away. We'll wait to the end of the round when we get back, when everyone else has answered one of their cards to answer my question. Okay? We're going to start with you guys. When we get to you, we'll start with one relationship card. So those will be the red cards. So don't flip them over yet. So the first question we have, it's reversed. It is the Lovers. There's another group outside that are our rivals. Who are they?
Okay.
So start thinking about that, and then as we are slowly start creating our fiction, we will answer that when we get to the end of the round. So I'm going to start to my left. Jason, will you please flip over one of your red cards, the relationship cards?
Sweet. I have the Page of Wands. You have great ideas, but blank doesn't seem to appreciate your talents.
oh,
Well.
damn.
It could. Who's in charge of the cult?
Right here.
Does it seem like do you appreciate the club or do you not
Not
appreciate
even
the
a little
club?
bit.
Okay, I'm gonna put you down for that
Yeah.
one. That's Reverend Carpathia. Doesn't
Literally
get what I
like
do.
a maze to hell. Cool. Definitely. keeps
It would
doing
only
that.
be
how you
better
get
if it had
tested, though.
6 sides on each
Your
side.
cult wouldn't be that good.
A maze to a hella good time.
Oh, they're two faction headed in hell
Looking back
on
at
our
the
ship.
ancient scripture of Pan's Labyrinth, no, it just goes straight to hell.
And we have revived the use of the word hella.
That was my next question. Like, did Hela survive all that time?
Oh man,
This
is
is why we were abandoned by
Yeah.
the Lord.
it Chaz's Hella place?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hella sweet.
Pooja, will you flip over
Sweet.
one of your red cards?
Okay, so you knew and trusted blank before coming to our location. How did you meet?
So that's a little bit of a tricky card for this particular situation.
Yeah.
Look at how great this art is.
It's very pretty.
It's so good and pretty.
So if you like, the location generally means what we're making. So that would be the spaceship. Since we were all born on the spaceship for this particular narrative, that's a little difficult. But you can always adapt a question if you want. You're like, hey, I knew this person because we worked together. Or if you wanted to exit out and get a different card, you can also do that too.
I think I'm gonna X out.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, psychics are also like able to go anywhere they want. You can just come on board.
And you and blank are working together on something important. What is it?
Is it a good time?
Is it a mind control ray?
I think Gus and I
Yes.
are working together on something important. And
Best buds. He thinks so.
And it's actually like we're working together on a testing facility that where I can expand control and like my abilities over the fellow passengers.
Nice. What a nightmare.
Yeah.
Cool.
It makes them work like machines. That's a good thing.
Dope.
Make
everyone-
everything much more efficient.
Everyone's more efficient. Yeah.
Cool.
Great. That's terrible.
I do hate that. Yeah. All right. Dope. All right. You avoid setting off Blank's ego, but find it difficult.
I don't really have an ego, so I don't think that's going to apply to me.
Yeah. Disagree. Like it seems so obvious. Yeah. Fuck you, Chaz. It's definitely Chaz.
So, question though, Chaz comes to services like every week. Is he
For
allowed
real?
in?
For real?
In like his greasy leather jacket, and that he thinks is so cool.
Hey man, it's actual leather.
Yeah.
I think the Reverend alternates between either ignoring Chaz's existence
Yeah.
or preaching directly at Chad.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Neither has worked thus far, but
Just
we'll keep trying.
Holds the reverend's eye contact
Yeah.
during service.
Nice.
I mean, this is so amazingly moving.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel such a connection.
There's energy there.
God.
So, and this is like a great part of the game where people ask follow-up questions or people like start discussions about it. Like, if you're playing this game, like, let that happen. Like, you don't have to if you really want it just to be answering the cards. But I find, like, games that you like, this starts discussion, or if someone has a follow-up question, like, what happens? Or throws it, well, what happens when my character does this? Like, you just get, like, a much deeper level of creation. It's awesome. This is exciting.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Also, there's no universe, especially if we're playing dark humor, that we do not start hate fucking at
Yeah.
some point.
I think it's in the credits.
Yeah.
Like, you're actually already hate fucking.
Yeah, like sneaking out of
Yeah.
someone's apartment. Like, yeah, it's,
You're not just I hate fucking.
yeah.
Oh, we do the thing where like it's definitely the like sneak out morning after, but you don't see the face,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
later we get the shot.
Oh yeah,
That's-
the mid-season reveal.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you accidentally, stroke his ego.
Yeah.
Gross.
He thinks he's so good.
Yeah.
Cheers.
You call it your ego, and that's a problem.
Your ego isn't that big.
All right, Tappy, will you please flip over one of your red cards?
The King of Wands. Blank convinced you to do something risky, and you did it. What did you do?
Have another one. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh God.
Oh, no. I think I set up something, like, really unfortunate for either the chapel or the palace to, like, do something cool. Like, either, like, 0G, like, where you can, like, turn off the gravity so everybody gets to, like, feel what it's like. And you convinced me to do that.
Yeah.
Nope. Does not like weird gimmicks.
Well, it
Hates
happened
this.
everywhere.
So do you have like a switch in your pocket that's like, oh, gravity off,
Yeah,
gravity on?
I have it all over the place.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
So it's
By
localized.
quadrant.
Yeah, by quadrant,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
That is very
The
good.
only one that I don't do it is in the Medway because there's shit in there that can't get broken.
This is the front, right? Where
Yeah.
the chapel is. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming the engine's in the back. Like,
Yeah. Well, you know.
unlike in cars,
like a
where
Porsche.
it makes no sense that the engine would be, like, all of that crap would be in front of you.
Yeah.
Stop shitting on Teslas right now.
All right, so we're going back to the group question that I asked at the beginning of the round. There's another group outside that are our rivals. Who are they?
Space squids.
I think it's either like a group that are like raiders, or it's another like it's like the party cult that hates that there's a bar here that's really good, and that they hate the not party cult.
Yeah.
So can people shuttle back and forth occasionally, or is that a real risky enterprise?
They might kill you. I don't know. We don't like them. They don't like us.
But like, travel between ships is possible.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, you just probably want to pick a better one than, say, the people who want to kill you on sight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So there's another ship. We should probably name our ship while we're doing this.
I was
What's
just thinking
the
that.
name of our ship?
Hey, well, one of you two should name it,
What?
or put it together.
Yeah. Dina Puja, name the ship.
Oh, dear Lord.
We could write down 4
Loco?
adjectives. And
Four Loco.
Oh, no. Too many blackouts for that.
Yeah.
I was
So
going to say,
many.
Mercy.
Or it's the Loco 4.
I like that. I like the
Mercy? The Mercy?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the name of this other ship that are our rivals?
For Loco.
I don't like the idea that is like
Loco 4.
continued to be a thing.
No, but that's why it's so terrible.
And it would be the party ship.
Yeah.
So long as it's not Pollo Loco.
Yeah.
Oh man, what if it's like, what if future El Pollo Loco is like a massive conglomerate, is one of the
Everything is Taco
companies
Bell?
that went away, so they just scrubbed the El Pollo and now
love-
it's just
yeah.
called the Loco.
Oh,
I love that
Yeah,
movie
it's
so
a
much.
vestige.
Okay.
Me too.
So good.
It's a vestige of society.
It's so underrated.
Which?
Dennis
movie?
Leary in that movie is so underrated.
Yeah.
What movie are you talking about?
Demolition Man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's incredible.
Love that movie.
All right,
It's
so it's
so
called
cheesy.
the
It's so
Loco.
good.
Yep.
All right, we're the Mercy, and they're the Loco, and they are the party ship. Okay, very good.
One day I'll make it over there.
Yeah, they
I'm
want
sorry,
our.
you have the market cornered here.
Oh, well, that's
there would
true,
actually
yeah.
be competition over there.
But that's the thing. Like, they want our stuff because they keep breaking theirs.
Yeah.
That
Like,
makes
they've
sense.
trashed their ship really badly, so the only way they get by is by raiding other ships
Yeah.
to, like,
Got it.
take their materials and stuff, because, like, they don't have anyone, like, everyone's an alcoholic or
Yeah.
high on drugs or whatever all the time.
Space
And
pirates.
so
Yeah.
they can't, like, they don't have the means to keep their ship up and running on their own. They
Nice.
have to crib off of other people.
Yeah.
Got
Oh
it.
man, the cult is definitely like a group of teetotalers, and like also acts as like a lot of the military force on our ship to like keep these shit-wrecked, hungover
Yeah.
raiders from taking all our stuff.
Do you know how much you have to vomit into an engine to get it to stop?
What?
A lot.
Okay, so next round. So we're going to be working on our location this time, so you're going to be flipping over a blue card.
Nice.
So the group question for this round is, everyone point to the character in the group they trust the most. So we're going to do it at the end of this round. So think about that. And we're going to start with Taffy this time. Go ahead and flip over one of your blue cards.
Okay. The Two of Pentacles.
Okay.
Someone in our location makes sure everything gets done. Who is that person?
Now, with these cards, the location cards, there's not a blank. So this can be an NPC if you want to create an NPC who's in charge of something. If it does fit really well with a PC, it can be a PC too. But this is where we start getting more population onto our ship other than 4 people.
I think I'm actually going to X this out because we seem to have like 4 very distinct factions that take care of their own place.
Sure.
So
Thank you, card. You were discarded.
Yes.
Aw.
Thank you, card. Your service is not needed.
Are
Yeah.
we Marie Kondoing this
Yes.
card?
We are.
Yeah, okay, cool.
you used to be close to someone in our location, but that ended. Who? What happened?
So again, this can be an NPC.
Yeah,
this can
it doesn't
a
have to
PC.
be someone with like that's already there.
Despite pointed looks.
Despite
Yeah.
good looks.
If you put an anti-grav in the chapel, we were never close.
Maybe it was the whoever the doctor is. I was really close with, and are not close anymore. And so I'm apprehending all of their shit
Okay.
to do bad psychic shit.
What's their name and what
Uh,
happened?
Their name is. Let's look at the first name I see on a thing.
Anything.
On anything ever.
Yeah.
Chaz.
Yes.
Yeah. Gaius Baltar.
It's Dr. Michelle Sergey.
Okay.
Nice.
And she and I were super close.
Okay. What happened?
Ian became a stick in the mud. Like, no, you can't do that. People need that to live.
Okay.
And
Annoying when people do that.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think Gus is really into, like, if we are better, then we don't need to have this stuff. And in fact, it would be better if we just weren't in the med bay. So why don't we just do whatever we'll make the ship faster, or we'll, get people, we're just going to put steroids in everybody. Like, no, you can't do that.
Didn't it?
So yeah, he's really into like things becoming better, like people and animals and ships and everything like becoming better.
Upgrades.
And she's all like, no, we need to keep them alive
Yeah.
and working.
Yeah. I can see that how that would cause friction.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so she stole a bunch of her stuff, and she got mad. So I don't think I'm allowed in the med bay anymore.
Probably.
Maybe that's also part of the reason why the anti-grav is not.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right, Abria.
All right. One location has an event or holiday that puts everyone in a solemn mood. What is it? Oh, sorry, this is our location that I read. The wrong word. I think we all commemorate the day that we we lost the fleet. Like we lost when all of the big corporations and like all of the infrastructure for our society like fucked off entirely. Yeah.
Yeah.
The church definitely like uses it as like this is the day the rapture happened and like
It's probably a heavy drinking day too.
Yeah.
yeah. Both things. Totally.
Moving day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing about this too, as we go around, we need to be adding things to the map. So Tappy, even though you added a person, why don't you write her the doctor's name on the med bay? And Abria had something that represents that holiday to the map.
All right.
Taking the yellow one away because
Yeah.
I don't think anyone will be able to see it.
Oh
No,
God,
we're
yeah.
Not drawing in yellow.
It will also hurt my brain.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Just saying.
Use one of the red ones.
I like that
there's
we have
always
like
two reds.
also like reusing markers because then people can actually see what we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unlike when we try to draw things in pen and like everybody's like, "That's a really wide sheet of paper."
There's definitely a statue, like over here in the garden, that commemorates the loss.
Cool.
Nice. Pooja.
Sweet. You idolize someone in our location. Who is it, and why are they inspirational? Interesting. Like, okay. I idolize the ship's computer.
Oh my God!
I
Yes.
love it.
Because it is the one aspect of this, of this experience that I can't tap into and see through their lies and like
Does our computer
know
lie
so
to
much
us?
more than I should. You know what? I don't know, and that's what makes
shit.
me so revered of them.
That's terrifying.
Nice.
And I love it.
That is so
I
amazing.
love everything about that.
Oh man, I totally love everything about that. That's amazing.
Very nice.
Brown? Yeah. Shall I flip one while she's
Yep.
drawing?
Go ahead.
So
Our location has a place that you feel is cursed or bad luck. What is it?
These are awesome.
They're such good questions. Also, the art's super cute.
Yeah.
Y'all.
And that's on the Ace of Swords. Let's see. Cursed or bad luck could be... I'm going to add the hydroponics for that because we no longer use that. One of the things I was looking at on the what I'm using is the Mater D playbook from Apocalypse World, and one of the things I can add to it is lots of food. And I think we have replicators that can make the equivalent of fast food. And so we don't trust the hydroponics thing because one time somebody got a little ill from lettuce.
Nice.
why is it
Yeah.
always lettuce?
Yeah.
Fuck lettuce.
Somebody didn't compost well enough.
Yeah.
And,
So
yeah.
the hydroponics lab is bad luck, and anyone who's friends with Chaz has heard him talk about this
Yeah.
extensively.
Is that like the weird hill Chaz likes to die on?
Uh-huh.
That's so good and cute.
Oh man, I want to put kind of made up little evil eye things against bad luck all over the place in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very good. All right, so we're going to answer the question that I asked at the beginning of the round. Everyone, I'm going to count to 3. At the same time, everyone will point to the character in the group they trust the most. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, so
2 people have pointed at themselves.
Oh my God! I didn't even see it.
let's go around and have everyone explain for the listeners
you.
who they pointed at. Let's start with Jason.
Chaz trusts Reverend Carpathia the most because he thinks he understands her.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Pooja.
I'm sorry, so happy.
So I can only trust myself
Yeah.
because I know what I can do and I know what I want to do and I know what you want to do.
Oh yeah, you know how shitty we are.
You can trust people to be shitty.
But I'm also always going to betray someone, so like I will always work my way past your defenses.
Oh yeah.
So
All right.
like, at least I'm true to like, I'm true to this version of myself.
I think Chaz probably has this impression that you're the second coolest person on the ship because you always have like the passwords and the secret. Like you always know how to get into the club. He's like, wow, she must talk to everybody. Like that's pretty sweet that
Nice.
she knows all this stuff.
Excellent.
Indra.
Bria.
For the exact same reasoning, except like she feels burdened with glorious purpose as far as like leading people from like the purgatory of space to the light.
No one
Also,
else.
you guys like did weird shit to my room.
I didn't do
Ew.
anything. I just had to fix it.
Nope.
Nope.
All right. And Debbie.
And Gus trusts Chenmini because she can fucking do everything.
Yeah, right?
I'm like, hey, let's do something crazy. You're like, oh yeah, we can do that.
It'll just cost you.
Yeah. All right.
Nice. Awesome.
Gus doesn't worry about the future.
That's a problem for later, Gus.
Now Gus wants to go do something weird.
Yeah. Perfect.
Future Gus will deal with this.
All right. Next round. It's justice, and it's inverted. Each person in the group should pick one word to describe a negative aspect of their personality.
What about my personality?
Your
That's
personality.
impossible.
You work too hard.
Yeah, April's like, I care too much.
I care too much. Oh, man. All right. We'll start with Abria this time. So will you
Sweet.
flip over one of your red cards?
Yes.
So we're going back to the relationship cards now. So this will be a blank with a fill-in of a PC's name.
Nice. It's obvious that blank is dealing with something serious, and you can relate. I think Chan Money. Yeah. Like, I think she sees that you're, like, super walled off and, like, trying to, like, struggle through something, and, like, that resonates. Like, well, that's a big mood. All right. I see it. I hope it doesn't go badly, but, like, I get it.
So I guess we struggle with things greater than ourselves.
Yeah.
Or so you think.
Yeah, exactly.
Big Mood would be a great name for the ship.
Oh, we can change it.
That is changeable.
It is not
Yeah.
written on
Yeah.
paper.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Do you want it to be Big Mood?
Yeah. It's
All
a
right.
Gen Z ship.
Oh, I like it.
Generation.
Big mood.
The big mood or just big mood?
Just big,
Big
mood.
mood.
So just
Yeah.
BM.
All caps, big mood. Yes.
It's on
love
all our
that. Like-
all our jumpsuits just have BM on them.
Yes.
No, it always has to be Big Mood.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, Pooja, will you flip over your last red card?
Okay, so when they need advice, blank always comes to you.
I mean, you are the second coolest person on the ship.
I actually think it's the Reverend.
Well, that
Yeah.
could be.
Because, like, I think because you see that I'm dealing with stuff, but also, like, you don't respect many people on this ship.
Yeah.
And you definitely don't trust people on this ship.
Yep. This all tracks very
So,
well.
like, when it comes down to it, like, we're kind of in a weird way kindred spirits
Totally.
that, like, are just working to, like, completely different purposes. But,
Yeah.
like, we don't, I mean, you don't know that.
Yeah, she hasn't figured it out.
But, like, so you feel like it's like, here's somebody who understands what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
And so you come to me for advice.
Nice. Oh, I like this a lot. Sweet.
Do you try and give good advice?
I mean, it's always good for someone. Sometimes it's good for her. I'm sorry. She, her, or...
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't say it earlier.
Yeah. Awesome. I guess we're done with that. So go ahead and do your next red card, Jason.
Okay. Oh, it doesn't spin on this table.
Oh,
Aw.
I like to spin them.
yeah.
I got it right side up. Page of Cups. You think you can learn a thing or two from blank. What do you want to learn?
Ooh.
Yeah, like I really want to know how Chanmini is like doing this shit. Like,
Yeah.
how do you know all these secrets? How, like, yeah. I think I can actually learn something from Chanmini, and I want to learn. You said she, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to know how she knows what's up all the time. It's almost like you're more connected than Chaz himself is, which is hard to imagine.
Yes.
And she always wins at cards.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
But I don't
wild.
play very often.
Yeah. I imagine you like lose on purpose sometimes just because, I don't know if that's true or not, but
I mean, I feel like I'm always working towards an agenda. So, like, yeah, if losing suits that agenda, like, I have no
yeah.
problem. I don't have an ego in it because, like, it's meaningless.
Right.
okay. So I can learn something from Chaz Money. Not Chaz Money.
Chaz Money. Oh my God, do you start calling yourself Chaz Money?
Chaz money.
Not yet. But we might get there.
It depends on if psychic power goes very wrong.
Or very right.
Nice. Very good. Tapu, you flip over your last red card.
Knight of Cups. Blank can usually read you like a book. Will you want them to or not? Okay, that's too easy.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
no.
Like, X card.
I'm gonna, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Up. You used blank to get ahead. What did you do? Do they know? Well, it's definitely not Reverend.
How would you get ahead? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know. It's like a very specific power block.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's definitely Chaz.
Okay.
And maybe I tried to we're at a place where there's another ship or a hab or something like that, and I was like, hey, we need to get this thing that's inside their ship. You know, I heard about it from somebody. We should go get this thing. And it went south. But in fact, I actually got the thing. And your, some of your bouncers got hurt or something like that in it.
Okay. All right. So, you were using.
Yeah, we did a heist.
Yeah. Okay.
And
okay.
it's like, oh yeah, and I'll get you this thing so you can replicate really great food or alcohol that doesn't suck.
We get great food now.
We don't make McWhiskey anymore.
Yeah. We've got burritos with French fries in them. Come on.
Yeah. When in fact we now use that
Now
thing to
you
synthesize
need-
our evil bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes, it's all about synthetic proteins.
Yes.
So do they know? Did Chaz figure it out?
Oh yeah, is that part of it? Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
I
I'd say it would not. That's not a killing offense. Like if Chaz knows, that's that goes in the book. But it's not like Chaz isn't going to start a war. Over
I think it would be more fun if Chaz knew.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So.
Do you know he knows?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good
Well,
question.
it depends on whether or not Chamini wants to tell me.
It's true. Maybe we'll leave that to see what happens.
Yeah, I feel like that one's I would have. I mean, it's Chaz is letting it go for now, and there's a reasonable suspicion that if Gus knew that Chaz knew, that it could interfere with our work.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
might
just going to
space him.
keep it down to. I'm just going to keep it to myself.
Nice.
I like it.
All right, very good. So going back to the question I asked at the beginning of the round, each person in the group should pick one word to describe a negative aspect of their personality.
Can I draw our secret lab now?
Yes, you should. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, sweet.
I think it's over here.
Is it under my glove?
That'd be amazing.
That would be
Oh
amazing.
yeah, no, it is.
That line
something
will
else.
be used later.
Yeah. Well,
To be used
Put
later.
like a dotted line around it. Oh god.
Ah.
Nice.
You did it.
Yay, did it!
Make sure you label it though.
Secret.
Secret
Lab.
tunnel.
God damn, it's right next to my letters, too. Right.
Very nice. All right, so everyone's gonna share one word. It can be 2 words. It's not a huge deal, but a phrase to describe a negative aspect of their personality. Okay. Let's start with Pooja this time. Or, I mean, we can go out of order if somebody already has theirs and is ready to go.
I'm just trying to figure out like the word for what I'm trying to describe. So
Yeah.
if we come back to me, it's like I know, but like
The word. Like
the
perfect
word that actually.
I can look up thesaurus.com if you're interested.
Sanctimonious. Sorry, I had mine when you announced the question.
Well done.
Woo! Surprising no one.
Nope.
Nope. Anyone else have their word?
Impulsive.
Okay.
I have mine, too. The negative aspect of my personality is that Chaz is actually empathetic.
Oh,
It's a huge problem.
Yeah.
Nice.
okay. That makes sense.
Sociopath.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sociopathic.
Yeah.
Sociopathic. The opposite of you. You wish you were sociopathic.
Yeah, that would be way more convenient
Yeah.
for my job.
No, it's sociopathic psychic. That's the worst thing ever.
Nice. All right, so next round. The question we're going to focus on this time, we have the Empress. There's someone that everyone in our group dislikes. Who is that person?
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's a NPC that we will create.
Looking forward to
Like
that.
yeah.
Thinking of that.
Group hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bria, you went first last time, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think you did. Pooja, if you will flip over your last location card, and we'll be adding things to the map for this. Great.
So where in our location do you go to let off steam and act out?
Ooh.
It's not a ship if you don't have a holodeck.
Sure.
Oh,
What color
nice.
would you like?
I thought you were
The
going to say the
holodeck
gym.
is pink. Give me that pink.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have that much technology though? Like we're running on diesel. Like we don't have. The
I mean,
lithium
it's
crystals.
limited in scope. Like maybe instead of like a real hollow deck, it's
like
it's
VR.
like it's like a VR experience, kind of like how like microfiche
Yeah.
things used to be, where like it's that giant thing and it kind of encases you and you kind of like stick your head down on it, and then you're in it, but you're like really like suspended like this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Please let it actually be microfiche.
I like that. I like it.
So we're gonna
And
have
it
like
uses the digital paper technology to change as it's going through there, so
Yeah.
that it's actually like is VR.
so we've got our
VR bay.
That's so good.
like our VR bay with like it'll have cubes.
I love the
Oh, nice.
I love the implication in Fallout when you come across some of their like VR pods, which really, when you look at it, is like a couch with a TV in it. But they describe the experience as this fully, full
Yeah.
sensorium, like replicated experience that you might not know the difference between real life and this TV you're watching in a couch pod.
Yes.
Yes,
It's so
Oh,
great.
that's so
everything
good.
about that.
Nice. All right, very good. Jason, go ahead and go next.
Oh, yeah. Manually spinning my card. Okay.
Good.
The Two of Swords. You are torn between two people in our location. Who and why are they at odds?
Ooh.
I feel like I can answer this.
I believe in you.
I think, one of the things I was going to also take for like the establishment part of the Maitre D playbook is a bouncer. And I think this bouncer is like somebody who I can really trust.
Nice.
And
Extra shady because you like got the bouncer in trouble
well,
during
one
your
of
failure.
them.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Could be a different one.
I-
My bad.
Can't just have one.
Sorry.
Yeah, it might be the same. I think this is like the head bouncer, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
The person
sweet.
who's in
So he's
charge
not
of
the one who's
everything.
missing like a finger or two.
No.
I mean, he might be, but it's unrelated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the bouncer is is this woman called Hutch,
Yeah. That's a
and
good name.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
and she. Let's see. So I'm torn between two people in our location. Who and why are they at odds? I'm actually going to flip it a little bit, and that the problem for me is that Hutch is dating the person who runs hydroponics. And so
The betrayal.
I actually like disapprove of that. Like I'm not torn between them. I'm like, why are you doing that?
You're gonna bring me back choo-choo. Don't
Yes.
Nice.
So I don't know who
While you're begging
who the head of Hydro is.
Create that person.
What a tangled web.
Yeah.
Our dear Chaz weaves.
Hutch and I don't know.
Jaylyn.
What?
Jaylyn.
Jaylyn. Thank you.
Nice.
I'm asking you about names like from now on.
Yep.
I'm using up all of my names here
Yeah.
now,
Sorry.
and it's like so problematic because I need names for later. Like,
I'm so excited for what you'll pull out for demigods. No pressure.
so I haven't been angsting about that.
Yeah, sorry, I had to bring up that.
All right. Very good. I like
right.
that. I like that very much. All right, Tappy. Your last blue card.
That is what is that? 7 of Swords. Our location occasionally participates in a competitive event. What is that event? I want to be laser tagged so bad.
Make a laser tag.
There are worse things.
Yeah.
I mean,
Laser
unless
tag,
they're
we also-
actual lasers.
no.
Oh, God.
I don't think anybody has actual laser. I think
Yeah,
people
okay.
use guns and stuff, but like laser tag. You know, you can't actually hurt the ship when you're doing it.
Right.
You know, there are no like projectiles and stuff, but you can do it in like the.
Oh my god! There could be like an abandoned ship. Like it's a ship that like it won't support life. Like it doesn't have enough power and stuff to support life, so it becomes like a stadium for laser tag.
That's
very
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so good.
And it's in orbit around Earth, so it kind of just travels with the pack of ships.
Yes.
So we all like go there once a year for
Yes.
this like major laser tag showdown. Yeah.
So good. It's called Major Laser.
Nice. All
Oh my
right.
god, that's amazing.
Laser
That's
major.
only for you're from out by Titan.
Yeah.
He talks
Nice.
funny out there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Definitely.
Very good. Add something to our location about that. Maybe we have our practice room. Or
Oh
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
our equipment. That's like the best kept equipment on the ship.
Yeah.
Is our laser tag set.
Yup.
I think it's like
Well, I guess that's the thing.
No.
Are we good at this competition or do we suck at
Oh, that's
it?
a fair point.
you know what? I think we really want to be good at it. We
Oh,
really,
no.
really desperately want to be good at it, but
So
we've never
basically,
won.
we're Gryffindor, but before Harry Potter
Yeah.
came around.
Hurt
So like we really
Gryffindor
want to
was
be
good.
good.
Get the fuck out of here.
I
with
think
that.
I
But
think
they
Lace-
like didn't always win until Harry came in like with his magic plot armor.
yeah.
Caught the snitch all the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but the snitch is the dumbest thing ever in any competition.
Yeah.
I think laser tag is everywhere where things aren't.
Oh, okay.
That is
Okay.
where laser tag is, and you can be ready for laser tag shit to happen around you.
Do we just have like a constant game of assassin going?
Yes,
Oh my
Nice.
god.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
But you can't go into any of these places because important shit happens.
Yeah, those
there.
are safe spaces.
Yeah, those are safe spots.
You're not no assassin in the diesel engine room.
Basically, every corridor
Yeah.
and like open area is fair game.
What if the ship was like past champions? Like it wasn't your generation, but like a generation or two ago, like
yeah.
it just dominated,
Yeah.
and now we have like this
Yeah.
big banner up that's like, oh, and it's like getting dusty, and it's just old enough. It's just old enough. It's like, oh, maybe we should take it down. It's kind of shaming us now. Like, I don't know.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so
Also,
good.
who can get up there though?
Right?
Yeah.
Practically anyone if we turn the ground.
Yeah, if it turns the gravity off, then anybody.
It's impossible.
You can't
How
do
could
that
that
space by
ever be
space.
done?
Yeah. It's wild.
Awesome. Very good. I like that very much. All right. Abria.
Sweet. All right. Our location has a valuable resource. What is it, and how does it help us? I think because no one trusts the food in hydroponics, they've started growing like medicinal herbs, like aspirin, and easily like renewable. Yeah. No, not drugs.
Well,
I mean,
aspirin
in the
is
like
a-
in the future, like Can we say that weed is basically like moved from a recreational to a medicinal purpose?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
think
let's
there are
say
any
that like
police.
they keep trying to plant like marijuana, and my church keeps going in and burning that shit down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thus
I-
making the hydroponics the most
permanently
calming,
hot
perfectly, like,
Yeah.
they all come out very, very relaxed and satisfied
Yeah.
and hungry.
So this is like one of the few places, like, because everyone else like lives off of their hydroponic like section, that like this is a place where you can get medicines that are uncommonly grown.
Interesting. I like it.
Yeah.
Very
And
good.
it helps us because we get more trade, and because we maintain the things we trade for. Like our ship has just stayed a little nicer than a lot of the rest of the fleet.
I like that.
Is there someone who brokers those trades, or is it somebody like Chaz? Like,
I don't
who
know.
sells this shit?
We had the card earlier where there's someone who runs everything. And it
Yeah,
got
and then
X.
someone put it away.
That's not everything. That's like
know,
selling
I'm just
bullshit.
That's like this is like a head of trade. So
Yeah.
it would be the head of the hydroponic lab, I would think.
So that would be Jalen.
Yeah, maybe
So it would be
Jalen.
Jalen. And then
I don't trust the
resources are
shit that comes out of there.
distributed.
Yeah.
Resources are distributed as needed
Yeah.
throughout the ship because
Yeah.
Jalen is a better person
Well,
than we are.
And also,
Respect.
Dr.
Sergey.
Sergey probably gets the medicine, or at least synthesizes it from whatever raw materials come out of the hydroponics.
Nice. Very
Totally.
good.
Like you kind of give Jalen like a list of what we need because you keep the ship running and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, the ship needs this right now, and people go to Jalen as like a trade broker, and you put in orders and like that kind of, and then people have to do their like stint in the hydroponics bay, but everybody hates
It's like a
it.
co-op. Yeah.
Yes.
Hate it.
And everyone hates it, and like, but
My
if
church
you
doesn't
need
hate it.
supplies, you
Oh,
have
man.
to put in a certain amount of time
Yeah.
because otherwise you can't
man.
can't benefit off of resources that you haven't contributed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turning the compost sucks so bad.
Yes.
Sucks so bad.
Chaz early on did the thing where like you go to do the chore and then you accidentally break something.
Yeah.
And then they tell you, look, don't come back. Don't.
Yep.
You're more trouble than you're worth.
Sweet. I think as
But
like a
your
secret,
bouncer Hutch does double duty for you.
Yeah.
do you want to
And
do
does
that?
not, and she does not mind because she always gets duty with Jalen.
Yeah.
Is that so? It's double hutch.
I was
Yeah.
gonna also suggest that like maybe as like a secret like Benny to hooking, like there's always someone from the chapel that volunteers when Chaz's thing is up too. So
I like that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Very good.
So you people to cover for you.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm rad.
I like it.
Chaz money.
So all we have left is our Major Arcana, our purple cards, right?
Yep.
All right, so for this round, these are all group questions. So they're like the ones I've been asking you this whole time. So you can ask your question, and you can kind of referee a little bit what happens, but we need to come up with an answer as a group that we all agree on collectively. So I'll still ask a question that I'll at the beginning, and we'll answer it at the end, but then each of you will flip over your purple cards, and we'll do that. So we have the Hanged Man. Each character should decide what tempts them to leave our group. And this one's a share at the GM's discretion card, but I'm gonna say we say it out loud. So think about what tempts your character to leave our group.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I think everybody's started a round already, so I think we're back. Jason or Chappie, who went first? Jason, I think you went first, so why don't you flip over your purple card?
Okay. Well, I've got temperance upside down.
Nice.
Perfect. Our group fought our way out of a serious situation. What was it and what happened? I think there were, we can all sort of work on this together, but our hydroponics are rad. It's our primary trade. And what if we had boarders show up?
What if a logo came
loco?
by
Yeah.
looking for the drugs?
Yeah.
But it turns out we're rad at laser tag,
Yeah.
and so instead had guns this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like all of that assassin training, really.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I mean, there are these crappy little pipe guns that only has like one bullet in them.
Yeah,
so,
well, one's usually enough.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we fought off borders, and I'm going to say we took like 0 casualties.
Nice.
Probably injuries, but not like deaths.
Yeah.
And maybe converted some of the raiders too. Like Survivor One's like, you live here now.
Dope.
Nice.
They became forced converts to the cult.
Yep.
Or the bar. They got to choose.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
And if they don't, they're spaced.
Yeah, that's your choice.
Let them out the airlock.
And that
That's
did
fine.
happen.
Yeah.
But it only
It-
took 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't kidding.
Yeah.
You pick now.
All right. Tabby, flip over your purple card.
The Devil. Our group owes a large debt. What do we owe, and to whom?
And that
Replicators.
Oh.
We owe a debt because we got replicators from somebody.
Okay.
That's why nobody else has them. They're probably some of the only ones that exist, but there are only enough of them for a small ship like ours. Like, whoever we got it from probably has big-ass fucking ships. And I'm like, well, I mean, this doesn't really help us, but it helps you, but you owe us.
Okay.
Who's the other ship?
And so, what's that?
Who is it?
The other ship is the Humongous.
Okay.
And they
So
are
tight.
indeed...
Kraken. It's a Kraken.
The Kraken. No, Kraken, yeah.
Very good.
You can only come up with names in absolutely no pressure situations.
They probably orbit Neptune usually then.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Right.
good.
Yes.
And yeah, they well, that's why they have all the stuff. Like Neptune are areas that haven't been raided. Like there's some things that have been left there that were kind of like the last cast-offs from like all the people who left our solar system.
Nice.
So
The shiny corporate ships.
yeah.
Yeah.
But also the Kraken is so terrifying that if people do, then they just grab them and devour them and
Yeah.
turn it into more of their Kraken. So it's probably like a whole bunch of ships. that-
Oh shit! Yeah,
Well, it
I
onto
love
each
that.
other.
Like
Yeah.
one of those like islands that comes from like when ships encounter the pirates and then they like lash the ship together
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it
Yeah.
becomes like bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as a group, you made a deal for these. Like, what was it? Was it a payment plan? What was it? Did you renege on it? What did you do?
Oh. I don't know if we're that dumb. 'Cause-
No, I don't think that
Yeah,
like
we
would
seem
have
pretty
think we owed
confident in the big picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what it is that like there was an original deal, but it's grown and grown and grown. And what can we do? Because they could obliterate us in an instant. So because we made this deal, we are now under their thumb.
They keep
Yeah.
Yeah.
changing the terms.
It's a Darth Vader deal.
Yeah.
And they're
Okay.
definitely like giving us protection.
Uh-huh.
Oh god,
Yeah,
they're
protection
just
racket.
space mafia.
There's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I was about to say they're the space mob.
Yep.
Okay. Nice. Very good. I like that very much. Next. Abria.
What is changing in our location, and why do we want it to stay the same? Okay. I don't know. Like, are we figuring out? Like,
Oh.
are we figuring out how to?
Tabby, just go.
What if the ship is dying? Like, the diesel engine is failing. The reason why I have all the things for the different location is so we can power down a location to keep gravity in a
Yeah.
different location.
I mean, honestly, like at this point, it doesn't seem ludicrous that we'd be running out of fuel.
Yeah.
Right.
If we run on diesel,
Oh, yeah.
there's a limited supply of that we can get, especially if we can't go back to Earth, and other planets wouldn't necessarily
Right.
have things that we could transform into diesel. So,
Right.
like,
Well,
we need a new engine.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe like the whole fleet is starting to like dwindle down, and like some of the other ships,
Yeah.
like try to raid first, and if they can't do that, they get absorbed into new groups, and so like population dynamics are also fluctuating too. So it's harder for like some of the power
yeah.
like brokers on the ship to like maintain because there's new groups.
Yeah. I mean, like, diesel fuel can be made from like carbohydrates and stuff, right? I mean, you can make, or not just carbohydrates, from like plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that conversion isn't super efficient.
That's
And
that's right.
the
They're a
issue
big
is because
thing.
it's like
yeah.
like you have to have like entire. It's not just a hydroponics bay at that point. You have to have an auxiliary hydroponics ship
Yeah.
Yes.
in order to create enough fuel to keep it going. So
Right.
like we need a solution to our diesel problem,
Right.
and like
That's why we are like, we're not going to try and make diesel from plants anymore.
Yeah.
We're going to instead try and do medicine. Maybe like buy some.
Yeah.
and
And
then
maybe-
also
but-
like maybe like figure out hoping for a miracle.
Yeah, hope for a
Praying-
miracle.
praying for a
Totally.
Like
miracle.
winning Major Laser.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That would get us enough like bargaining power to either get like just a full auxiliary ship.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like over the top. Like I need this truck.
Yeah.
You don't understand. I need this truck.
Oh my God, yes.
Because we need a hydroponic ship
Yeah.
where they grow like corn to make ethanol.
Totally.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's amazing. Sweet. Very good. Next.
Oh, that's my turn.
Yeah.
I got really excited about this. What does the group believe is the punishment for evil deeds?
Define evil deeds.
Staying
Well-
in
Is that
this
just premeditated evil
pattern.
deeds?
I don't know. Spacing is an option.
Just become.
Bear with me for a second.
Yeah, you're good.
This is going to be crazy.
Get it.
We trade people to other ships.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of like in sports ball. They're like trade. They're like, hey, this person that you have, I kind of like their skill set. Why don't you take this person?
But instead of that,
I feel like I'm offended at the weird use of sports ball here. All right, nerds, keep going.
less like we're playing FIFA, and
Yeah.
more like you don't have a say in this.
Yeah.
And you're going somewhere where we have determined that we'll get the most benefit out of you getting out of here.
Yeah.
Yep.
By now.
Oh my God. So maybe if there's like a good place level point system,
Oh,
so you're
yeah.
always aware of your value to other
Yes.
places.
Yeah.
So if you fuck up, roughly where you stand, and how much you can get away with before
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get booted
Yeah.
from
Like
the
the ship is going to put up with X amount from
Yeah.
me because I'm doing this other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like at EJ, there was always a time where somebody was more trouble than they were worth. And it was like, all right, I talked to everybody to see if anybody would speak up for you, and nobody did. So start walking.
Oh boy.
It's like you're done. You're
Yeah.
done here.
And that's really how it was.
Yeah.
And so in space, they can't really start walking. So it's like that ship. You're going to walk onto it because nobody wants you here.
Yep. I like it.
Yeah. I like that. That also gives the opportunity for me running the game to introduce new people. Okay, we traded you for this person who
Yeah.
they didn't
Yeah.
want. So why
Yeah.
didn't they want them? And this now
And
introduces.
why were we okay with getting them?
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
Very cool. I like it
Oh
very
man,
much.
shitty people come with dowries though.
Oh yeah.
But what if that
Yes.
shit is shitty? That ship is shitty, and so they don't want a good person. I mean that happens. Because of people fighting. Oh no, that totally happens.
No, for sure. Yeah, I could see that.
I've totally seen stuff like that happen where it's like some group, there's a guy "Oh, fuck these people, and they're like, yeah, fuck you. It's like, hey, I'm out.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yep.
That seems
So
less
that
fun
can
for me as the GM.
No, that can happen.
Yes.
See, that's what I'm saying is that we don't know if that person is shitty or not.
True. Yeah. All right.
But it's like you're going for skill sets and points and
Yeah.
distribution of all kinds of different things.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone's turned over their major arcana card.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and answer the last one for me, and then we will be done with Decuma. Each character should decide what tempts them to leave our group, which is very apropos considering what we just discussed in our last question. So, what tempts you? And it doesn't necessarily have to be leave the location. Like, you guys are like a group for some reason. It can be leaving the location too, though.
I think the Reverend is eager to leave for that very evangelical reason of she is convinced that this this entropy-ridden like holding pattern is our purgatory that we have to work our way out of. So if she can convert the rest of like the remaining like left behind fleet to the faith, that somehow something will change. Like that's her miracle. It's not Major Laser for her. It's we gotta all get on the same page again.
Nice.
So she's considering going.
I think what might make Gus leave the ship is the Reverend.
Oh, okay.
She's no fun.
None.
No fun.
None fun.
It's like, man,
No fun for you.
I cannot hang.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Same answer, except if the Reverend left, I think Chaz would go too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Not that he has consciously faced that fact,
Right,
but
right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that.
I feel like out there, like I've gotten a small taste of what life could be like just interacting with an AI and living in a virtual world. And I feel like I could find a place where like that would be life.
like upload
Like
yourself.
just with an AI and not dealing with people and their deception and like constantly being in this weird place, like this weird power imbalance that she uses but doesn't necessarily enjoy.
Right.
Yeah.
So like that going like leaving the ship for another ship that would be more like just a virtual life for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to live in your own private Idaho.
Yes. Except not
She
Idaho.
loves potatoes.
Yeah.
I hate Idaho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Those
awful.
people are mean to me.
Potatoes
Sorry.
are good though.
I won't burn it down.
So like, my own private like Hawaii, except with just computers.
Yeah.
Man, is there like a universe in which Chamonix is like super eager to win that hydroponic ship because she could like run it for the group, but also like install all the VR stuff, so she like has her
Just
own.
like live there by
Like
herself.
it's
Yeah.
a possibility. It's a possibility. But like,
robot
she
farms
wants
that
like
she runs?
even more like
Yeah.
isolation. But
Yeah.
that would be like the near goal. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like we get this, and she's there,
Yeah.
and like just in her like own place and in her own bubble that she doesn't really have to like. She only interacts when she chooses to.
Yeah.
Very good.
Cool. This is part of the game where I get
Alright.
angry because we're not playing.
I know, right? I'm really
Fuck.
like,
All right.
oh, what a
Yeah.
tease.
Yeah. Fuck this game a
It
little
is.
bit.
It is. So
Like, love Decuma makes me love things that aren't actually happening too much. So
Yeah.
Decuma breaks my heart.
Yeah.
I've got some time.
campaign
Yeah, I
blue
can
balls.
run this game.
So thank you guys so much for playing. That is Decuma. It took us about an hour and 20 minutes.
Nice.
So that's good. It can take. We've had sessions where we were drinking. There were more of us. We had a 7-person game one time.
God.
And we were
Oh,
drinking a
so
lot. It
much.
took almost 3 hours.
It's so long.
But it ends up being
So good,
generally about an hour and a
though.
half. So it's not super long. It's and what did you guys think?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I
That was
love
fun.
this thing.
Okay.
Major Laser. I'm so excited about that thing.
I feel like I understand like a character that we literally like made up 2 seconds before turning the cameras on, and like the world we live in. So like,
Yeah.
it feels really nice because like there's a whole universe for this game that I'm like, oh cool, let's play. No, fuck.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah.
Love it.
It really benefits the GM because I did something like this for my Wild Wild Towns game where everybody already knows everything about the town. So they're not like, oh, okay, I go to the store or the saloon. Who's there? Like everybody already knows
Yeah.
who it is.
Yeah, and they're invested.
Yeah, and they're invested and they care and they
Yeah.
already know what parts of the thing they care about.
Or like even when you go beyond like the initial thing that we did, we have these power systems in play. We have these places in play that it's like, oh, how do they fit into these structures that we built up today?
Yeah.
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 Like if we need, like, say, who's running maintenance on the VR bay, or like, oh, who's the new, so there's a new bouncer at Chaz's place. Like they slot into these
Yeah.
these places that we've already,
Yeah, and
like
it's
these
not,
structures that we've already made.
It's not stuff that the GM had to make up all herself.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, we have all this like investment in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really makes sense to me.
I'm totally stealing all of this. I don't know. I really am gonna.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
mean,
use
this is great.
We're using this at the start of Demigods next week.
Yeah.
So,
Oh god, I'm so excited.
It's
play
going to
this
be so
again.
good.
yeah,
Pew, pew.
in that one, we're going to use some of the modularity of this and pull the relationship cards because the game has a bunch of relationship questions built into it. But the location cards are going to build our town, like our part of the city that we live in, and have some context and like. Yeah.
I'm really excited to see it.
Me too.
So if you're interested in getting updates on this is still like a prototype. It's still kind of being tested. Check out goldenlassogames.com. You can sign up for the emailing list. I know it's very weird to be adding yourself to an email list in this year, but whatever. That's what I got, so do it. And
that weird.
yeah,
not
so
that
it's
weird.
very
Normal.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Thank you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye. When's
Bye.
session one?
Bye.
When's session one of this game?
Session 1
Of this game?
this one
That we're playing?
Yeah.
No, the
A
game.
big mood.
This
Big
mood.
mood.
Big mood.
Big
Big mood.
Goodbye.
Big mood life.
Can't play blue balls.
If I told you the things I've seen on my ways, if I told you the things I've done in my days, you wouldn't believe me anyway. So it's best I just don't say. I've lived 1,000 lives. I've piloted 1,000 souls. I killed and fought and died just for a single role.